Okay everyone, hi, welcome to the channel, welcome to Overcharged Plasma Gaming. This is a battle report for the Great Scottish TTS Tournament League thing, whatever madness I'm taking part of these days. This is round 4, I believe. So check out the rest of the rounds on the channel before you get to this battle report, or start it, be a rebel, I don't mind. We are doing the Spearhead assault. I rolled to be the defender. Well, I didn't have a choice. Derek chose to be the attacker, so I rolled up Spearhead Assault, or the other Spearhead Assault, Dawn of War, I think it is.
Pointy Hammer and Anvil.
Pointy Hammer and Anvil, that's the one. So, we're also doing ITC Mission 3 Nexus Control. The secondaries I've chosen to take is the Reaper, Big Game Hunter, and Recon, and Derek has chosen to take Big Game Hunter, Recon, and Old School. So at this moment we'll introduce Derek. Hi Derek.
Hi Chris.
So how are you doing today? You doing good?
Yeah, not bad. Don't like Eldar or Harlequins, but we'll see how it goes.
Yeah. So what kind of armies do you normally play, and what kind of tournaments do you normally go to and float around?
I usually go Scions and Guard. I've kind of dabbled in Death Watch and Custodes, but their lists are dead in the water with the points increases. Tournament wise, it's usually just mainly the Scottish, kind of more ETC stroke WTC kind of stuff, not so much ITC. I've been down to Caledonian Uprising and down in Stockport at Element Games a couple of times.
Good show down there, isn't it?
Yeah. Okay. Middle of the pack, nothing too special. I think my highest result's like 30th or something like that. But
still, it's pretty good.
90, so it's not too bad.
Yeah. And what have you brought with you today to face against the Crowns and the other Eldar?
I've went mono Guard Codex. So it's Scions and triple battalion, 2 battalions of Scions and a battalion of Talarn Guard with so hopefully get enough bodies in the ground to try and deal with enough damage and stuff. Which
regiments have you brought from the Scions?
So starting from my left here is the 133rd Lambden Lions. These are the guys that give the extra AP in shooting and in combat. Warlord is the Tempesta Prime. Down here he's got the Reflective Field Generator, which gives a 5-up invuln to the models within 6. And his Warlord traits keys to the Armory, which gives reroll 1s to friendly Lambden Lions units within 6.
Awesome.
Moving in, so basically the unit has 3 units of 10 with 4 plasma in each. Plasma pistols on the Tempesters and Power Fists. So,
couldn't quite find the right models, but you know, if I go into combat, I'm going to get slapped, basically.
Well, you never know. I don't know. I need to hit you first. And guards know me.
Attempt to slap.
Get better in the day combat, and then moving over next is another new regiment for the Greater Good Book is the 55th Capic Eagles, who the three Valkyries will be in this unit because they get +1 to hit when they disembark, and they ignore the penalty to move and fire on heavy weapons. The Valkyries will only get the chapter trait. They just get the rerolls for Yarrick, who again gives me reroll 1s to hit. So nice immediate threat to drop out the Valkyries, hitting on 2s, hopefully get the orders and rerolling 1s.
It's going to be a painful alpha strike.
Yeah. And then moving over, I've upgraded this detachment to the specialist detachment of the Emperor's Fist Tank Company. I think it's called. Just for the nice juicy relic of the Hammer of Sunderance on this tank commander, which hurts a lot.
It's brutal.
Yeah, and then I paid the 1 CP for the stratagem of Tankcase for Manticore to give him flat free damage on full payload.
It's going to be nasty. I mean, that Manticore is just going to cost me nightmares. I was hoping to go first and take it out, but yeah.
I don't know if I would be worried about the fact that I've got some long range threat with the Manticore and tank commanders.
I know full well that I'm going to have no long range firepower after turn 1. I'm going to have my Quin's battalion and that's it.
That's the plan.
Right. On that note, let's go and look over my army. You've seen it before a couple of times, but I'll quickly go through it in case you're just joining into this one. So over here, I've got a recently repainted, because now the opponents can see the actual model, so that's quite nice for them. I've got Craft World's Spearhead, Custom Craft World, Expert Shots, and Expert Crafters and Masterful Shots, so Salamanders reroll and ignore cover. 3 Night Spinners and an Autarch. Then I've got a Frozen Stars Harlequins Battalion. In there is my Warlord, who's a Troop Master with the Twilight Fang Relic. So he gets additional attacks equal to the battle round. And is also like a pretty nasty weapon in general. It's like +2, -2, D3 damage. Something along those lines. Is nasty. Reroll charge and +1 charge bubble and flat to mortal wounds each time he fights. Also got a Shadow Seer to fill out the battalion HQs. Veil of Illusion, Shield from Harm, Twilight Pathways and Webway Dance. You've seen that all before. It's lovely, lovely stuff. 3 Harlequin Troop Squads, 2 of which have a single Caress in them. Just to tear through infantry a bit better. Then 3 Star Weavers to be my pimp buggies. Then I've got 2 Death Jesters and a Solitaire. This one has got the Teargarch's Lament Relic and Harvester of Torment. This one here has Humbling Cruelty. This Solitaire has got Teargarch's Rose and Blitz. Then I've got 6 bikes, which I'm hoping will be alive to do something this battle. Then over here I've got the Cabal of the Black Heart Battalion, Drazar and an Archon with a Venom Blade leading that off, 3 units of Cabalite Warriors and 2 Razorwing Jet Fighters just to be a bit of a nuisance and hopefully soak some of the damage in the earlier turns. Just to show you where we place the objectives before we go into the deployment phase. So starting with I'd place the first objective. I placed on objective 1 here, so it can be held from within the building by a model, and then that's a lovely idea. I'll have that with number 3. Then he placed 4 inside the building, and I placed 2 just outside the building, but again holdable from within. So I'm being quite aggressive with my placements of the objectives there, because I need to be to win this game. So we'll come back to you with the end of the deployment phase. Okay, everyone, welcome back to the end of the deployment phase. Derek, how do you set up?
Jokingly, I think. Right, so I've got Tank Commander out in the flank here,
Yep.
just to try and get some line of sight down range.
Oh yeah, you really get something.
Manticore hiding in the building. Obviously camping on the 2 objectives with 20 guardsmen plus my Manticore. Mm-hmm. Valkyrie's just kind of sitting in the middle of the field because they can move and they can drop. And then the Hammer of Sundown's Tank Commander just sitting at the back here.
Happy days.
But like you and I spoke about, although they're being kind of grinding advance and stuff like that, there is ways to make him move up to, what's that, 12, 18, 24 inches.
Mm-hmm. And still shoot at full effectiveness.
And still shoot double if it wanted to.
Yep, it's rough.
Yeah, it's pretty horrid, mate.
Yeah, and then I set up, as I typically do, hiding in buildings when I'm going second. I've got this unit of Cablites up front here just to be a bit of a pain and block out some of his deep strikes. But he can definitely, if he wanted to, fly over here and do some deep striking in this area here. But, if he does that, he's going to be handing me some kill points in return. So it's up to Derek to decide if it's worth it or not. I did pay 1 CP to put my bikes into deep strike. And as usual, I've got Death Jester and the troop in the green one. That is the Death Jester with the Relic Sniper this time. The No Overwatch one is sitting up top here. Safest houses because of the character keyword, and got all these lovely units here. Master and troop in the blue, and then a Master, the Solitaire and a troop in the red, with the Shadow Seer in range of all my Harlequin units to buff them up. Other than that, just try to block out as best I can whilst keeping my units in advantageous positions.
And I forgot to say as well is this.
Yeah.
The landing lines are on deep strike as well.
Yeah, so I'll have to worry about them from turn 2 onwards. I've got Drazar and unit Cabinet Warriors up front here, and I've got an Autarch there to buff up these 2 Night Spinners here. And hiding in here, I've got the Archon and a unit Cabinet Warriors just guarding this Night Spinner. So yeah, we'll see how Derek does in his first turn, and we'll come back to you. You don't have a psychic phase, do you?
No.
We'll come back to you with the end of his movement phase then. Okay, everyone, welcome back to the end of the movement phase for the Imperial Guard in this turn 1. So, Derek, what happened, and why are there 3 planes and 30 guys in my lines?
You left a big gap.
I know I did that.
Just going to hopefully exploit and cause a world of hurt. So that's quite a lot of plasma dropped in here. Yep. Quite a lot of hot shot volley in here.
Yep.
And then just try to fan out the back. I should be able to block off maybe some of the backfield and maybe move out some of my chaff. But I'm hoping I'm going to be able to kill at least 2 Night Spinners this turn.
Yeah, I reckon you will, but
and
hopefully, I'm hoping that the bait is worth it.
I'll hopefully kill. I'm hoping, right? I'll kill 2 Night Spinners, a plane, and some chaff.
Yeah. Well, we'll have to see how it goes. So we'll come back to you with a summary of the shooting phase. Okay, everyone, welcome back to the end of the Scion's turn. So, Derek, what happened in your shooting phase? You can see there's a few less models I have on the board.
Yeah, I shot stuff. They died very quickly.
Yep.
So, yeah, I exploited the gap you left. Killed 2 Night Spinners. I think I maxed big game already. Yeah, we're pretty sure you mapped Biz game because there's 24, 34, 39, and then you've tickled a Star Weaver, so that's max big game already. So, tickled the Star Weaver, down to 4 wounds off that. I should have probably... The issue I was having is, I think I'm going to have board control going into turn 2. So, I can maybe hopefully watch where you bring in your Star Weavers, depending... Yeah, Sky Weavers, yeah. Sky Weavers. Well, I don't like K-Wire and vehicles. I don't like K-Wire. Well, we shall see. I didn't put them on the board because I didn't want them to get alpha struck like this. Because I know the alpha strike was coming as soon as you got first turn, and I could have maybe blocked out this back end of the board, but you would still be able to see everything you wanted to see. Yeah. So I thought, okay, I'll hide from the tank commanders and stuff like that, make them shoot the planes. You know, I knew I was going to lose a lot of stuff, but we'll look at the score sheet. We'll press on into my turn. So Derek got a kill one, hold one. He got the bonus. The bonus, in case, as we did not say at the start of the mission, is to hold the objectives outside of your deployment zone, which he currently does. And he got max big game, he got a recon, and he got an old school because he killed something in the first turn. So it's 9-0. So I've got a steep way to climb. This is going to be a loss leader for me, but we shall see what happens in the Eldar movement. Okay, everyone, welcome back to the end of the Eldar movement phase. As you can see, I disembarked all my Harlequins to deal with all of his Scions from the something Eagles, I think. Capic Eagles. Capic Eagles, that's the one. So I don't want them in my phones anymore. I can't do much about the planes. The planes are just going to have to exist and be there. But clear up the backfield, and then I can use my excellent speed to go up there, maybe try and pull off some funky wraps and stuff. So in the psychic phase, I got my 6-up shrug bubble off in the Shadow Seers, so she's protecting a lot of my Harlequin infantry from any sort of damage, and I did a super smite into this Valkyrie here, dealing 6 mortal wounds. That's the first time I've ever got that off, so I'm quite happy with myself. So we'll come back to you with the end of the shooting phase. Okay, everyone, welcome back to the end of the shooting phase. So this was really about thinning out the CS Scions, making sure my combats really go well. As I said, I can't really do anything to the Valkyries. So apart from the Eldar shooting and tearing apart a fair few Scions, Derek took cover on these Scions over here, so they gave him a 2-up armor save, so that was quite hard to chew through. I did shoot the Night Spinner over at the Manticore, dealing 4 wounds to it, so maybe in subsequent turns I can deal with that with some Haywire drops, or if the Night Spinner is still alive, heaven forbid, maybe he can finish him off with only needing to get through a mighty 4 wounds through his 3-up armor save. So we're going to come back to you with the end of the turn after the charge phase,
as my Harlequins begin to munch Scions in combat. Hey everyone, welcome back to the end of the turn, and in case you can't hear by my voice, I have royally screwed myself over, and I'll get to that in just a second. So in the charge phase, my Quins went munch in here, munch in there, munch in everywhere, and over here as well. So I got the Autarch and Drazar. Drazar just cleaned up the squad by himself, it was great, it was beautiful. However, my plan was to wrap the Tempestor Prime, who was standing right here. However, I made a mistake, and I'm going to go over it in detail just so that you guys can learn from my mistake. The Troop Master, I got a bit excited, he was standing here. The Troop Master was going to, so he powered in to get to where he is, and he munched the Infantry Squad, and then I went, right, next unit is going to go, it's going to be my Red Harlequins. I've already got 3 guys within the inch of engagement range. So I had to put in their full attacks into him. I didn't use any of the special weapons. I had the crest in there. Didn't use special weapons, and I was just relying on Derek passing 4-up saves. And did you, Derek? Did you pass 4-up saves?
Nope, you done, Dave. You fucked up.
Yeah, I royally screwed the pitch. But let's look at my points. It's not always not lost. I have got some Valkyries hovering around here, which is going to be a pain in the ass. And I have got some more Scions dropping in, but I'm going to play this game out. But I've now made a mountain out of a molehill, shall we say. So I got kill 1, hold 1. I killed more because I killed 5 units, 3 units of Scions and 2 characters. I got Reaper because I've killed 37 infantry models. And I got Bingham Hunter because between the 6 wins from the Smite and the 4 wins from the Night Spinner, I got 10 wins on the vehicles. Lovely. I haven't got any recon. I can get that later on. I have got my unit of bikes, and typically they do about the work of about 1,000 points on my army. So see what happens when they drop in my next turn. But we're going to hand it over to Derek, who's going to lead us into turn 2. Okay, everyone, welcome back to the end of the guard movement phase in this turn 2. So Derek, how did you move?
Fanned out down here to try and deny and push back the haywire bikes as much as possible. Hovered these 2 Valkyries because I want to try and get rid of as much of the Harlequin stuff here.
Yep.
Hovered this guy here as well to try and deal with either Drazar or the troop, depending on what these guys here do.
Yep.
And if all else fails, I do have a tank commander who is neatly positioned closer to Drazar.
Yep.
If I kill 5 Cavalry Warriors, which is a very possible because I've got a Manticore, that's just going to picture them, hopefully.
You just got to roll higher than a 5 on the 26.
Basically, yeah.
Alright, well, and obviously all your reinforcements are now dropped in, so what is on the table is on the table at this stage. I've still got a unit of Skyweavers in reserve. So we're going to come back to you with the end of the shooting phase and see how much of my outer stuff is left. Okay, everyone, welcome back to the end of the shooting phase for guard. So, Derek, a bit of a painful phase there, but what happened? Just tell the viewers a tale of the tape.
I whiffed.
Someone farted in here, it's a bit whiffy.
Killed Razor Wing and another Night Spinner. So it's no.
Did manage to kill one of my troop squads, which is good, and a Cabalite Warrior squad, so thinning me down.
Oh, I forgot to move him after he shot.
Cool, go for it.
You should go there.
No worries.
And then,
all right.
So I tried to kill this Cabalite squad that's under here
with the Valkyries, and
this one done nothing. You
split the fire, and that's like kind of an age-old mistake, isn't it?
No, that one never split the fire. That one shot everything and done nothing.
Now you put your multi-las into the Starweaver, which did a wound.
It done a wound and done one wound to Cabalite Warrior. What was that? 6 + 7 shots.
You also whiffed in your missile number of shots.
Yeah.
The Manticore shot and killed the Night Spinner. This Valkyrie obliterated with the help of the Scions over here, the Harlequin squad that was stringed out over here guarding these 2 characters. We're going to go into the charge phase now, and we'll come back to you with the end of the fight phase and the round summary. Okay, everyone, welcome back to the end of the Aston Militarum round 2. So, what happened in the charge phase?
Nothing.
no, things happened. Happened.
Valkyries charged in, tried to kill the Starweaver just to get it done. Failed a couple charges.
Yeah. So this Valkyrie tried to charge into this Cabinet Warrior here, needed a 10, didn't quite get it. These Scions tried to charge into my Archon who's hiding out in this building here, again needing a 10 and a 9 for the closer squad, not quite getting it. This Valkyrie charged Czar, made it in happy days, and this Valkyrie charged the Starweaver to escape, the Shadow Seer and the Troopmaster heroically intervening.
The only reason he charged down here was because you could have heroically intervened because I fucked up my measurements.
Yes, and you didn't want to get that Jar get all of his lovely bonuses. And then the Solitaire, who was over here, I used the dramatic entrance stratagem to intervene 6 inches instead of 3. So the Solitaire whipped in here and did 7 wounds to this Valkyrie, which is quite nice. So we're going to come back to you with score sheet update. So pretty good turn there. You got a double recon because you have 2 units within every table quarter, thanks to these 2 Valkyries and these Scions here in particular. And you got a kill one and a hold one, so nice 4-point round there. But now you have to face the wrath of the Eldari forces and these Skyweavers who will be coming in this turn because they need to do some work. We'll come back to you with that. Okay everyone, welcome back to the end of the movement and psychic phases in this round 2. So I shuffled some of my Harlequins about, just getting into more advantageous positions, making sure that line of sight is going to be as big of a problem as possible for the guard forces as well. Charge phase will also help with that. I have fallen back with Drazar and paid the 2 CP for Cruel Deception for him to be able to charge. So this Valkyrie is open to shooting. I'm hoping my Heavy Weaver bikes can clean that up. It's a big ask though. The Starweavers shuffled about, the troops moved over here. I got a troop squad over here pressuring this lone Scion squad here with the help of the Autarch. The Death have moved up here to lend some firepower onto this side or this side depending on where it's needed at that point in the battle. Moved over my 2 buffing Harlequin characters over to give the Skywers a bit of help, as Derek did have a stratagem, a superior intelligence I think is what it's called. Yeah. To basically 1 CP shoot at a unit as it comes in if you're a Scion unit, and I didn't want the rapid fire plasma going off, so mitigating that with the Shadow Seer plus 6 inch range aura. Other than that, Archon moved over here just to hold this objective and make sure that is secure. He advanced to do so, probably sacrificing the Archon, but that, at this point in the battle that's fine. Yeah, so we're going to come back to you with the end of the shooting phase, and hopefully I can, do some work here. Okay, everyone, welcome back to the end of the Eldar shooting phase. So, bikes came in and took out this Valkyrie that's now over here with a 1 wound spillover, so that was very lucky by me. Then through some small arms fire from the Starweavers, this player squad here and the Archon, I whittled down the Scion squad a bit. The Death Gesture with Humbling Cruelty shot at them to deny them the Overwatch, and then up top the Death Gesture over here shot at the Blue Scion squad, taking out 7-8 models. I think it was, well, there's 3 left, so 7 models from that unit, thanks to the every time he kills a model, it's the D3 mortal wounds, so that was quite a nasty interaction. So we're going to go into the charge phase, and we're obviously going to be charging some Valkyries that are left over and trying to hide after that. So we'll see how that goes, and we'll come back to you with the end of the turn summary. Okay everyone, welcome back to the end of the Eldar turn. I had some bit of a hairy balls moment when I was charging in the Skyweavers. They rolled a 6, and then fortunately with the Troopmaster Warlord trait, Player of the Light combo aura, they were able to re-roll that and get like a 10 on their charge or 11 on their charge, so that was quite nice. Didn't quite do everything I wanted to. I would love them to be hidden in the building right now, so they're going to have to face some shooting, so touch wood that I have 1 or 2 bikes surviving. That would be nice. Other than that, Drazar, the Troopmaster cleared off this plane, and then the Archon and the Autarch and the players cleared off the Scions down here, and then only 1 Scion ran from this squad here. So we're gonna see how Derek responds. This is the score sheet right now. I scored on 1 more Reaper, and I've got Max Big Game Hunter, and I got kill 1, hold 1. No one gets kill more or hold more. So yeah, over to Derek in his turn. Okay, everyone, welcome back to the end of the Imperial Guard Scion's turn. So Derek, what happened in your turn? Take us through the movement phase onto the, well, morale phase.
Recap for the last turn, these two Scions did die. We
realised our mistake, so you can delete your comments down below.
Just basically pushed up to try and get my last recon point. Made a long bomb charge to wrap this Archon to try and prevent the Scions getting shot.
Yep.
Failed a couple of charges here, so leaving Warlord and all the orders kind of out wide. Put a lot of shooting into the bikes. Whiffed terribly.
It was brutal.
Like, really bad. To the point where I nearly gave up the game. It's like that bad. Apart from that, killed 2 Skyweavers. I think.
Yeah, so you killed 2 Skyweavers. It was a bit unfortunate. You shot your hammer thunders in and killed one who had 2 wounds left. So it's kind of a wait. That was quite rough, but then the Power Fist came in and smushed another one from the Scion squad, so that was quite nice. Yeah. What I always say to about Fort Bombardment is a great half time.
Until you're playing in this game. Until you're playing this game. 4 pin guns are great all the time.
Well, not for that guy. So this is the score sheet right now. I need to update it. So you haven't got a kill one, unfortunately. But you get a hold. You've got a hold one. You've got your last recon, and
very poor turn for me.
Yeah, it wasn't great. It wasn't great. So we'll see how I respond in the. We'll come back to you with the Eldar summary. Okay, everyone, welcome back to the end of the Harlequin turn. So in that turn, I shot the bikes up over here. I shot 2 Starweavers, one of whom has got my troop, my troop master, and my Shadow Seer over here. And Jazar moved up here. I forgot to move to my Archon, so he's totally just securing me that recon point for this quarter. Tried to get a charge off with these troops into these Scions here. Didn't quite make the charge, unfortunately. So these 2 characters have been fighting them off. The Jetsets are charged in from over here. He shot at the tank commander to shut down the Overwatch. The Haywire shot at them, and the tank commander did 2 wounds to him. Solitaire advanced over here and took out one of his Tempestor Primes, his Warlord in fact, and leaving the other one on 1 wound. Then I attempted to get a wrap. I didn't quite get enough on my charge to wrap, unfortunately, so tank's going to escape, but at least that's 1 tank less of shooting I'm going to have to endure. So might be a bit of an issue over here, because I think you've got an order to fall back and shoot, right? Yeah, so my characters might be in danger over here, but hopefully I can do some stuff in the following turn. So we'll see how Derek responds in his turn 4. Okay, everyone, welcome back to the end of the guard phase. Derek, guard turn? Sorry, Derek, what happened in your turn?
I killed the bikes finally.
Yeah, woo!
They lasted far too long.
Yep. So the hammer has just cleared them out with the help of 2 guardsmen.
2 guardsmen, yeah. So basically, I fell back here and pulled the tank commander out of combat just to try and free up. Moved the Manticore out a wee bit. Don't know why I'd done it, to be perfectly honest. I probably shouldn't have done it because I didn't shoot it. Killed the Solitaire up here. Mixture of orders and just combat.
Yeah, so fight in the shoot phase order and fall back and shoot orders were given out.
Yeah, dropped all my plasma back, tried to kill these 2 characters, and ended up leaving them 1 wound each, which is a bit nice.
That's why they didn't heroically intervene, even though I could have probably killed 2 or 3 each, but this wasn't worth the risk. As I've got a troop squad so nearby who'll be that's a lovely little snack.
Yes.
So we will. This is the score sheet right now. So only kill 1 and hold 1 was scored in that turn, but I've got a big mountain so climb. It's going to be a close game, I think. I need to focus on getting my last Reaper and my last Recon, so my last 2 Recons, which should be possible, but we shall see how we do. And we'll come back to you at the end of the Eldar turn. Okay, everyone, welcome back to the end of the Eldar turn. And there's run 4, so getting to the later stages of the game. Drazar moved across here and to charging into the Scions that were standing on objective 2, as did the troop squad. The Archon ran around the building to soak up the Overwatch from out of line of sight. My 2 cavalry warriors stayed here holding objective 1. The Autarch advanced over just to be part of the game potentially. This Death Jester ran out his 8 inches, shot the tank commander to shut down his Overwatch, and then charged back in to be safe.
Cause he's a pussy!
The 2 Starweavers are getting me recon for this quarter, and then everything just embarked from this Starweaver and moved across here. I mistakenly thought that the Starweavers could charge, but we did check the rows, and I do apologise for charging in the Green Starweaver last turn. Don't think it mattered in the overall course of the game, however. My intention was to charge this Starweaver into his Manticore to shut down his shooting, but as I said, can't charge him after you advance, so still learning these Harlequin rules. This tank commander took 6 wounds in total from some smites and a bunch of little poking attacks, and the darkness bite from the warlord. Sorry, from the warlord, and he's now wrapped. So happy days. So we'll see how Derek can respond, and we'll come back to you with the round 5 summary. Okay, everyone, welcome back to the end of round 5. So in that round, Derek, in your turn, what happened?
I killed a couple of bakes. Should have killed 3 Starweaves, I think that's called.
Yeah, you should have killed the 3rd Starweaver over here, but it just passed the invo. It was rough.
It's just it just went kind of pear-shaped, didn't it?
Yeah.
There's not much left on the table, but
yeah, you've just got the Manticore left on the table. So
it's got a heavy bolter it can shoot, so I don't think it's going to do much.
Well, it's currently tied in combat, isn't it? So you can't actually do anything with it, unfortunately. So what we're going to do is just on video. You're happy to agree that I just get kill more prime bonus and everything in round 6?
Yeah, you should, because your attack will just come up and twat the Manticore.
Yeah,
because he's only got 5 ones left.
Yeah,
and he's got a lot. So he's going to have what, base attacks plus 6.
Yeah,
and then
so it's gonna be like 12 attacks, isn't it?
Aye, yeah, and it's not that the 2 mortal.
And then I was smite and stuff and everything. I was shoot your leadership and
the 2 mortal wounds. Being able to 2 mortal wounds after combat and stuff. The only thing would be if I could manage to kill these 2 troop, but I doubt it.
Yep.
Because it would be what D3 attacks, hit on 6s.
Do you want to just roll that on camera, because that would actually get you a point for last laugh?
Nah.
No, you can't do it, unfortunately. So, unfortunately, it has to sort of run away from you there. Are you up for a brief tactic discussion?
Aye.
Awesome. So, obviously, we've been discussing how the amount of stupid rules the Elder get is overloaded, particularly Harlequins, as they've got so few models, they lump together all the rules.
It's just like the -1 to hit.
Yep.
Obviously, vehicle wide is pretty decent, right? But then you get like the -1 to wound for the Shadow Seer, the 6-inch range debuff thing that he keys off. Being able to jump over infantry as if they're not there. Being able to move, advance, and charge. And then Twilight Pathways to advance and move again. And
it means the bites can go 44 inches and charge, and if you're storing spite, shoot without the penalty.
Like I say, it does make me sound salty, but it's just so much shenanigans that they can do.
And then there's other things like with the Solitaire, if I had I think 1 CP left, I could have gone, alright, I punch you, I'm just going to go away 12 inches, thank you very much.
Aye, look, the biggest bugbear in my life is the fact that you've got a Death Jester who hits you once, does 3 hits, and then potentially, against like Orcs and Chaff with no invuln, can potentially kill 12 models with 1 shot. Then you're -2 move, -2 leadership, and your Chaff's got a shit enough leadership as it is. Do you know what I mean? It's like leadership for 7, 6.
For that multiple shot one, it's not -2 move as well. It's just the leadership.
You don't even.
You're thinking of the other guy who's got the -2 move.
Aye, the relic guy. This guy here.
So you are getting a little bit mixed up there, Derek. This guy makes you -2 move. This guy makes you minus. They can both make you -2 leadership.
Aye, it's just mental. Like you say, you shoot through a Unity Scions and a Unity Guard with 1 shot.
Pretty much, yeah. And then, it makes them like if you get a guard unit down to like 3 or 4 models and you're putting a -2 to their leadership, you're pretty much saying to take that unit off the table.
Yeah. It's like
unless you want to spend CP.
The whiffs of the century came turns 2 and 3, which cost me 2/3 of my army, which was all my Scions and my Valkyrie.
Yep.
My Valkyries. So it was like all my really heavy hitting stuff that I need to kind of keep alive. But if they were on the board further back, they're not effective and they can't really do much.
Yeah.
So it's just a bit of pain. But let's say I don't really play Harlequins a lot. Nobody in my immediate gaming circle plays them.
Yeah.
So learning curve. At least I'll know next time what they are doing.
You'll probably
what to watch out for.
Be a bit more reserved, wouldn't you?
I don't know. Actually,
or would you? Or
I'm still.
You could shoot out the rather than shooting out the Night Spinners, you could shoot out the Starweavers, because they're actually quite dangerous. Because they lend so much mobility to the troops.
Yes, but if I left the Night Spinners on the table, you would have so much.
I'll have 60 shooting each turn. Yeah,
it's a lot. So like,
I would have probably killed off the Manticore.
Yeah, the Manticore would have died. The probably tank commanders would have probably suffered early.
Yeah.
A big mistake for me was probably dropping the Valkyries to try and kill some chaff.
When you did that, when you put them in the
to get a +1 to hit,
I was like, why is he doing that?
Aye, it was just looking at +1 to hit. See, try and negate the -1 that the Starbees give.
Yeah.
But again,
the other thing that kind of tripped you up sometimes was the +6 inch range. Or -6 inch range, I should say, from the Shadow Seer.
Yeah.
I had a game against Orcs, and that just screwed over the Orc player.
Yeah, when the Scions were up here and you had the bikes here, they technically should have just chewed through the bikes.
Yeah.
But not being able to rapid tap.
And being at -1, it means you're not overcharging your plasma, which means it's going to be 3 shots rather than 2 shots to kill a bike.
Yeah.
If it sits up Shrug, you might as well be putting in 3 shots anyway, because chances are I'll probably save a 6 of 4 dice.
Yeah, but then when you're shooting the Hammer of Sunderland's tank commander, who is doing 2d6 shots, and then rolling 3 shots, or it was a ridiculously low number of shots, and then rolling 1s to wound. Yeah,
it is definitely a lot.
But it get made up for, don't we? It made up for when it killed half the unit. I think it was turn 4.
I think so, yeah.
But it's just, like I say, it's just a whole one.
So you would be a bit more reserved. You probably respect the combat potential a bit more in regards to the Valkyries, because if your Valkyries flew about all game, I couldn't really touch them.
Yeah, it was just the after what I killed turn 1. I kind of got a wee bit greedy. I kind of got a wee bit greedy and was like, well, if I hover them, I should technically, because you had 1 Starweaver on 1 wound for turn 1, and that didn't die to turn 5.
Yeah,
was it turn 4 or 5? When it was sitting up here next to the
just because it was low priority thing. There was nothing inside it. It was 1 wound and it had 6 strength 6 shots. You know, it's not the best thing in the world.
Like I say, definitely getting greedy and trying to. You think of the width? Like, I missed so much with the Valkyries shooting into the
Cablite Warriors. Yeah,
the Cablite Warriors in this ruin here. So it was like, as soon as that happened, it was like, yeah, this is just no happening today for me. And then, yeah.
Well, do you have an MVP or well, firstly, is there anything you would change in this army? You know, going forward.
My army.
Yeah, would you take any different units? Would you take any different weapons?
I don't know. It's just maybe the Scion chapter traits. Maybe try and play a bit with some of them.
Yeah.
But
I know there's one to give you extra range.
Yeah.
That's only really helpful in this matchup, isn't it?
Well, it helps when if you're deep striking in and it's got to be with Oxpec scan and stuff like that. I don't really know, because the drop in ignoring penalty to move and fire and +1 hit when disembarking for a vehicle helps negate quite a lot. It's
very nice.
It helps, especially for the hotshot volley guns, which can be strength 5. But I don't know. Maybe I'll look at running all the 1 big mono kind of list, but you made a lot of good charges and stuff when you needed to. And
yeah, my charges were overall quite good. I think the only time my charges really let me down was a troop squad who was coming in over here. I think round 3 or 4, charging in to clear out your Scions there.
Yeah,
which could have costed me those 2 characters.
You didn't really feel your charges.
No. Well, that's the thing with Harlequins. You tend not to feel the charges as long as you have a reroll character nearby, which you can actually have 2 of if you give your warlord trait reroll charge bubble, and if you give a different character reroll charge bubble as well.
Yeah, 100%.
Or you can stack 100%. Them as I do in this army to get a +1 charge bubble as well.
It's just obviously like the potential that Quins have got once you get to know how they play and stuff like the troop master. But
that's the thing. You need to play them well. If you don't play them well, they fall apart like paper.
Yeah. Like, where's the troop master? Where's he hiding?
Troop master is still over here, mate.
So how many attacks does he have base?
Well, right now, so he has 5 attacks base, I believe.
So in turn 5 and 6, if he's still alive turn 5 and 6, he's getting the way you've got him kitted. He's getting 11 attacks plus whatever boosts he gets.
Well, he can have 12 attacks in round 6 as a maximum he can get in a game, and he can fight twice if you still have for some reason 3 CP spare.
So I mean, so there you go. So he can have potentially 24 attacks, and then doing 4 mortal wounds at the end of that as well.
But this is the thing, like you saw how Harlequins don't deal with T8 and T7 very well.
No.
Although what I have done is I have made a mistake in this army. Is I should have taken off. I should have definitely been running my Troopmaster as choreographer of war. I know it says it there, but on the list it's not. And choreographer of war is a 6-inch full reroll wound bubble.
Do you know your biggest issue?
And that could have.
Your biggest issue is playing Harlequins full stop.
So do you have an MVP in your army?
Probably that Hammer of Sunderland's tank commander.
Yeah, clearing off those bikes helped you so much.
Yarrick done nothing, as always. He's just there for
Yarrick did some rerolls for you, didn't he?
I think maybe the Tempesta Prime smacking the Solitaire.
That was handy for you, definitely.
That helped a lot, but again, failing charges and not really understanding how an army works. I should maybe, when I seen who I was playing, I should probably read up on them more.
Well, the thing.
Stuff does.
Whenever I draw, like in these online leagues, you've got a week to set up your game. As long as you're not playing immediately, go and find some mate who plays the faction and just go, right, what does that do? What does that do?
I think in all fairness that you and I pretty, once the draw was up, you and I kind of settled on an early.
Yeah. Obviously you had to shoot off to work, so we agreed to do it and split it into 2 parts.
2 parts, which was appreciated, but I should have read up. On what to do.
But now you know, so for the next time you're kitted out, you can go, your tricksy point years.
Yes. But all I can do is thank you for the game and wish you good luck in your next round.
Yep, thank you very much. I just agree, the Harlequin MVP I think was the Troopmaster. No, actually no, the Shadow Seer.
No, it's not, it's this wee pain in the arse up here.
Death Tester, alright, okay, Death Tester's MVP.
Turning off Overwatch. Well, you think about it. Guard get defensive gunners, so you're kind of still running the risk of getting overwatched on 5s, especially with tank commanders who have got the Hammer of Sunderland's relic, which is still flat 3 damage. So it's a big risk to run into. Yeah, so it's this guy who was shutting off Overwatch, not this guy. This guy was killing everyone. Do you have any shout-outs to do before we end the battle report, Derek? Not really. Do I need to?
You don't have to. Just if I love people to shout out. Go my local.
Just obviously
FLGS.
just obviously cheers to Ennis for organising the thing to keep us all occupied through this pandemic shit, and hope everybody stays safe and see everybody on the other side. We get back to rolling dice in Stirling and doing in England and stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so shout out to Innes absolutely for organising this lovely little league and putting up with all of our rules questions as it happens. I'm sure he's getting bombarded with them.
Yeah.
Big thank you to everyone who's watching this video, and big thank you to Derek for giving us the content, and for being such a good sport as he learns more and more about how Harlequins operate.
It's just, I think it was just, let's say, it was the boost they got in the Psychic Awakening.
It was a huge boost. The pivotal rows and the new relics are amazing.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for that, I wouldn't have picked them up. I would have gone, just go Craftworld Eldar, like everyone else.
and we'll see what ninefold.
Yep. So thank you for watching, everyone. Please do like, comment, and subscribe. Here's the score sheet one last time. And Derek, you're the guest. Flip the table. There you go. I bet you're happy to see all of my models fly off.
It still caused more damage than anything. Again, thanks very much for having me, and see you all later.
Yeah, see you all later. Like, comment, and subscribe. See ya.